Hello everyone, hello, G here. So before we start for our weekly live, next week I couldn't do it. I had a massive headache. I spent many hours in front of the computer, and by the time I could do our weekly live, my head was pounding and I couldn't really do anything. And I decided not to go live, I wouldn't feel good. I wouldn't feel like I would deliver if I did that live having a horrible headache. So today we are back, and I'm just trying to find myself here so I can share this with the group. Where am I? So let's start this video even before I share this with the group with a few tips. So if you're doing a Facebook Live, make sure you have the device that you are filming and also another device open, so you actually watching yourself. So that will help in terms of reach. So if you have at least one device, here I am. Make sure you are filming and also another. I think my internet connection is. Let's see if I can keep this one. Really don't want to turn it off and start again. So let's see. So now I've got my blue light blocking glasses. As you can see, this is new. And I don't have a headache today. Yay! Right, so just let me share this with the group. Sorry, it's taking ages. I think my internet's very low at the moment. Right, so here we go. Share in a group. So if you're not part of my Facebook group yet, it's called Mind and Clients Mastery Group, and that's a free group. Here you go. Just let me put the caption live now. So that's a group where we'll be sharing information, and we'll be really creating a community for healing professionals. That's therapists, coaches, light workers. So this is a brand new group. We're just starting, so it's a very nice little group where we can share our ideas and our knowledgeable insights about how to get more clients for our business or practice. Right, so let's start. I planned something different for last week, but I thought today is a new day, so I just put a few things, like 5 minutes before we started this live, a few things together so we can talk about today, and that was reflected by the conversations I had this week with a few people. So basically, our theme for today is. Hold on, I'm just checking if I'm live in the group. I think I am. I should be. So basically, three things that you need to do if you want to have a highly effective marketing system, right? I know that with all this pandemic stuff, many people are going online, and if you don't have a system that is, based on online work, you'll probably be struggling. So that's why this is really important. So not everyone has a funnel yet. So it's really important that you actually get a pen and paper, especially white paper and blue ink, that has a psychological effect on the brain. And you write this down, because you really need to be clear on the things we'll be talking about. So first of all, be talking about the basics, because if you don't know the basics, you can't move forward. And to be honest, I'm on this since 2015. 2015, I didn't know what I was doing. So if you don't know, I am a psychotherapist as well. And from 2016, I started doing some courses and then finding out what was working for me and what wasn't in terms of marketing. And obviously I didn't see many therapists doing that, branding themselves online or creating a Facebook group. So I couldn't find anyone, to be honest, that I was doing what I was doing. I found a few that had a Facebook page, but in 2015 I couldn't find anyone that was actually a therapist with a Facebook group. So I've done that, and I had to test it, a few things, because obviously there is always the fear of you disclosing too much from your life, or getting involved with people's problems without them being your clients. So and then you think about insurance, and all that fear comes with this as well. But now I think it's more common, that therapists and coaches are creating Facebook groups. They are working online with their own clients or their potential or ideal clients. So today is kind of normal, but when I started, it wasn't that common. So we need to know the basics. And why I'm saying this is because I've done a few courses where they never mention the basics. They just like focus on getting your money, really. And once you paid for the course, bye, no support, no nothing. Just like they tell you, follow the system, and that's it. So that's why it's very, very important that you start by the basics and the fundamentals of this before you actually go forward on this marketing journey. So first of all, we need to be clear on the 3 M's of marketing. Sorry, I just wrote a few reminders here. I didn't really prepare anything as usual. Nothing fancy, some people like bring slides and stuff like that. I don't work that way. Just like you see me preparing things last minute and just go with the flow. So the first, the 3 M's of marketing. So the first one is obviously market. So what's market? What do you need to know about market? So basically you need to know who you're offering your product to. Right, so I had some conversation this week with some people, coaches and therapists, and actually they don't know who their ideal client is. They don't know who they are offering their services to. So it's really important that you actually know your market, who you are trying to help. Because if you don't know who you're trying to help, how are you going to help them? So that's the first step. So that's why this is the first aim. So this is the basic structure for this. The second one is the media. So where are you going to be offering your services? So will that be Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or TV commercials? So where are you going to be putting your stuff, so you need to define that as well. And here I'm just going to tell you something, because I think this is really important. Some people try to do everything at once, so it's more or less like throwing spaghetti to the wall and see if it sticks. Don't do that. Focusing in one platform only to start with, and then later you can actually expand. But to start, I think it would be very confusing if you try to grow your audience in all these platforms, right? So choose one, and I would choose Facebook, because that's the platform that has more members. So it's very, very likely that if someone has an Instagram account, they also have a Facebook account. So just choose one. And I think for therapists and coaches, Facebook is probably the best platform. If you're a hairdresser, then I would say Instagram. But for us, healing professionals, it's very likely that your ideal client is on Facebook. So you need to choose your media, and then this is the second M, and then the third M is message. So where will be the way you deliver your message to your who, so to your audience. So you really need to think about here a little bit of what your clients really want. Hello everyone, there's a few people watching here. Hi, it's good to see you here. Especially, you know, here in UK, the sun is shining, not many people are in front of the computer. They're probably going for a walk or, you know, relaxing on the park. So it's very nice to have your company. Right, so we know that, you know, most people watch live streams on the replay. So if you are watching this later on replay, just write down replay so we know that you've been there. I can see a few people here being with me. So if you're watching this on replay, just write replay so I know you've been there. So you need to know these 3 M's, so market, media, and message. This is the fundamental. So you can't build a house unless you have a good basis, and that's the same thing here. You really need to know this stuff, and so not only know, it's like to know this stuff. There is an author, I read a book that he wrote when I was a teenager. So his name is Leo Buscaglia. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his surname right, but he says to know and not to do is not to know. So you really need to know this and to apply this. So market, media, and message. Who, where are you posting, right? So who is your client? Where are you posting? Where you advertising, and message. So the way you're gonna be delivering the message to your who, so to your audience. So here on the message part, that's what we're gonna be focusing a little bit more, because that's the most important part, right? If you don't know how to communicate your message, you can be paying Facebook ads or being, you know, using organic reach and getting no results. So this is really important. So you need to focus in what your clients actually want, right? Most of the people I see as a client, they focusing on what they do, and that's the wrong approach. No one really cares about what you do. I'm sorry to say that. So just like shifting your paradigm here. So no one really cares about what you do. So you can actually say like, oh, I'm a CBT therapist. I do this and that, you know. No one cares, right? So they want to know what's in that for them. So that's where your message needs to be focused on. You know, why do you think someone would buy, like, you know, a 10K watch? You know, it's not because they need that watch. They have their mobile phone, right? So what do you think someone really needs to buy a very fast Ferrari, a very fast car? If there is a speed limit, you can't go over that speed. So why do you think, you know, we like to buy the what's that famous bag? Michael Kors bag, you know, and Forever 21 bag or a H&M bag will do the same thing. So we need those stuff because we want to feel good, right? So it's the same thing with your message. You need to actually put across what you can do for your clients. So once they know you can help them, you can solve their problems, then you get their attention. So how? And here it comes to a point where you really need to be clear on who your client is. So if you don't know who your client is, you won't be able to actually write your message, because, you know, you don't have a clue on what to say or to who to say. So this is really, really important. So how do you do this? So first, the most important thing here is to have a clear vision. Who do you want to work with, right? So you need to be asking this question to yourself, and that's why I said it's important that you have a pen and paper, because you need to be writing this stuff, right? So clear vision. know your niche. You need to know who you serve. So who do you want to work with? Do you want to, if you're a therapist, do you want to work with people with anxiety, or do you want to solve traumas, or do you want to work with depression? You know, what do you want to do? What do you enjoy doing the most, right? So know your niche is very important, is key. I would say, like, don't go out and try to sell your services unless you have this very, very clear in your mind. Who is your niche? In other words, who do you serve? And who is your ideal client? In other words, who do you enjoy working with? Right? So if you're not sure about who your ideal client is, just, you know, think about who you would enjoy working with, right? So do you enjoy working with women that perhaps are moms, so you can relate, you can tell stories, and you know, you can help them better because you truly understand them? Or perhaps you like to work with teenagers or children. So who do you really enjoy working with? With coaches, they actually have these a little bit more clear than therapists. Most therapists, they try to have a broad, they try to offer a lot of services, but if you don't know exactly who you're offering your services, people will not take you as an authority, like you really know your stuff, because you know too much, so they get lost on what you do. So you need to choose a specific niche, and then you're just focusing on that. And it's very easy to do, because if you choose a niche that you really enjoy working with, you'll be motivated, you'll be passionate about that, and that will actually translate on the way you're going to be working with those people, and the way that you're going to be selling, you know, your stuff, right? So this is really important. So who your ideal client is, define your niche, have a clear vision on what you want to do, on what you do. And then check your offer. You know, don't forget about thinking about what your client wants. Check your offer. What are you offering? I think it was yesterday someone told me that they asked that to a therapist, and then they just wrote an essay explaining, you know, the steps and the structures and the techniques. That's not what the client wants to know. Basically, they want to know if you can help them. So think about the client, don't think about what you do. So check your offer. Does your offer reflect that? Does your offer reflect the help you're gonna give to your clients? This is key, guys. This is really, really key. And it seems really simple, but you'll be amazed how many people I talked to during this week. I'm not gonna even focus to all the people I talked to, just like this week, how many people I talked to that they don't have a clear idea on, you know, on their niche. Really, they don't know what their niche is. So here it's important to remember, just forget about yourself. You're not relevant. Here is what you can do for them that is relevant. So think about your clients when you're writing your offer, when you're writing your message. So your offer has to be client-based. This is, you know, all you need to know when you are actually trying to offer your services to someone. It doesn't matter if you're a coach or a therapist, you know, or a light worker. So it's really important that you're really focusing on helping them, and that's what you need to do if you really need to if you really need to help people. You need to focusing on them, not on you, not what you do. So there's a psychological reason for why you need to be doing that, right? So listen to your clients, listen to what they want, and obviously they will feel they can trust you. This is an energetical thing. is not something that you can really explain in terms of science, but you feel, if you can trust someone, you're gonna feel that, right? The same way, if you talk to someone that is really, really happy, you feel happy for them too. I have a friend like that's like that. She's always happy, and you know, she fills the place with happiness when she's around. She's always laughing, and now everyone gets, you know, in high spirits. So it's the same thing. It's an exchange of energy. So we need to be really serious about how we're going to be helping them, and really focusing on what they need rather than on what you are offering. So client focus when you are writing your message, when you are actually trying to offer your services, right? So that was it for today. We're gonna be having a guest, and that will be a secret guest. I will be talking about who is gonna be with me next week on a post. But for now, we're just gonna leave it as a secret. Is a great person. I'm sure we all benefit with his presence and his knowledge. So I'll give you more details very soon. I need to create a little banner, and I'll post it on my page and on my group and on my profile as well. So yeah, it's very exciting. And lovely to be back. And now that I've got my glasses, there is no excuses. We'll be doing lives every week, every Saturday, and sometimes if we have a guest, we'll be doing some lives during the week too. All right, so take care everyone, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you online. Bye bye for now.